Hello everyone, welcome to Somya's Diary. I am Somyaranjan Pati. Today we'll discuss about the initiatives of Department of Agriculture. So, agriculture comes under the primary sector of economy. It provides employment to a large section of the population. However, absence of value addition, scientific practice, the sector lags much behind. Similarly, the sector largely remained untouched by the LPG policy, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization policy mooted at 1991. However, we have a target to double the farmers' income. So the government has tried to place the policies in place. Let's discuss the policies in detail. So, the first policy is Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. Under this scheme, Agriculture Infrastructure Fund is created as a central sector scheme. The aim of the scheme is to create infrastructure at farm gate. It will provide medium to long term debt financing facility for investment at viable project for the post harvest management infrastructure and community farming asset. Under these schemes, banks and financial institutions will provide loan to the agriculture credit society, farmer producer organization, self-help group and the similar groups. This loan will be available at subvention of 3% per annum and there will be credit guarantee coverage. The next one is National Beekeeping Mission. This will target at improvement of production and productivity, post-harvest management and concentrate on research and technology generation in the sector. Then the Farmer Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Act that will allow liberalized trade regime, barrier-free interstate and interstate trade of farmers' produce. This will allow market principles to bring efficiency in the production and develop a competitive and hassle-free ecosystem. Similarly, the Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Act. This act will promote agreements for farming produce. These agreements will help in scaling of incentive by industry for the production and processing of high value agriculture and boost export in the sector. We have already discussed about the benefits associated with Kisan Credit Card. The technical aspect that we have discussed in our previous postcard series. I hope you must be knowing. Now let's discuss about economic dimension. It provides easy agricultural loan for purchasing inputs like seeds and post-harvest management like marketing of crops. And that is provided at a cheaper rate. We also discussed about PM Kisan scheme as an initiative of NIC. It facilitates direct benefit transfer. Then the next initiative is Farmer Producer Organization. So what is Farmer Producer Organization? Farmer Producer Organization is a generic name that is given to an organization that is registered under Part 9A of Companies Act or Society Act of a state. The scheme provides a holistic ecosystem for the development of farmer producer organization. Commission for Agricultural Cost and Prices was set up with a view to evaluate a balanced and integrated price structure and is mandated to advise on price policy. Price policy means you must be knowing we have minimum support price. So it is related to that. For determination of minimum support price, cost of production, supply demand equation, price difference at domestic and international market, intercrop parity, and the spillover effect on the rest economy of the MSP policy that is considered. Now, let's try to understand the e-governance policy in agriculture. The ICT strategies have been devised to empower rural society. How to provide empowerment? It provides information as input to the farmer, thus helping in making better informed decisions. It also provides feedback to the government for the policy improvement. For example, M-Kisan provides information related to weather, likelihood of rainfall, temperature, thus enable farmer to take informed decision. Then there is a farmers portal that provide information related to seed, fertilizer, pesticide, credit, good practice dealer network, and the available inputs, the Agromet advisory. So we have already discussed about Kisan Suvidha in our podcast on initiatives of NIC. Please refer to that video for better understanding. Then we have Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture. So what is horticulture? In a layman language, we can say that horticulture is the art of cultivating plants in garden to produce food and medicinal ingredient. Horticultural agriculturists, they grow flowers, fruits and nuts, vegetables, herbs. So come to the mission. It is a centrally sponsored scheme. It consists of 5 schemes on horticulture. National Horticulture Mission, Horticulture Mission for Northeast and Himalayan states, National Horticulture Board. The board promotes production hub for commercial horticulture product. Then Coconut Development Board, it deals with coconut sector. Then Central Institute of Horticulture. Then the next mission is National Food Security Mission. It was launched in 2007-8 to increase the production of rice, wheat, pulses. At present, the mission aims at improved production as well as enhancement of post-harvest value addition at farm gate for better price realization by establishing efficient market linkages. There are special action plan for better production of nutri-cereals and targeting rice, targeting the fallow areas. Then bringing green revolution to the eastern India is a sub-scheme of Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana. The sub-scheme aims to address the constraints, those are limiting the productivity of rice-based cropping system in India. The next mission is National Food Security Mission for oilseed and oil palm. We know India is heavily dependent on imports to meet its edible oil requirement and is the largest importer of vegetable oil after China and USA. Domestic edible oil production has not been able to keep pace with the growth in consumption. This scheme aims to increase the production. The next national mission is National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture. It aims at promoting sustainable agriculture through climate change and adaptation measures. The centrally sponsored scheme under this mission are rain-fed area development, submission on agroforestry, National Bamboo Mission, Soil Health Mission, then Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana. So what is Rain-Fed Area Development Program? So Rain-Fed Area Development Program focuses on integrated farming system. What is integrated farming system? The integrated farming system, according to the International Organization of Biological Control, it is a farming system where high quality organic food, feed, fiber and renewable energy are produced by using resources such as soil, water, air and nature, as well as regulating factors to farm sustainably with as little as possible pollutants as the input. Then the submission on agroforestry. So what is agroforestry? Agroforestry means integrating trees and shrubs on the farmland to enhance production. Then the next one we discussed, that is National Bamboo Mission. Bamboo Mission means bamboo that is known as the green gold. So there is a mission on that for promotion of production of bamboo and its commercial utilization. Similarly, we discussed about soil health management. Then the Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana that gives thrust on organic farming. Similarly, the central sector schemes include Soil and Land Use Job Survey on India, National Rainfed Authority, Mission Organic Value Chain Development in Northeast Region, Central Fertilizer Quality and Control Training Institute. The next one is National Crop Insurance Program. The insurance schemes are Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana and restructured weather-based crop insurance scheme. The next scheme is Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana. The scheme has been revamped as Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana Raftar. Under this, many sub-schemes are being implemented, like bringing green revolution to the eastern India, program for diversification of paddy, reclamation of problem soil, Swachh Bharat, animal health and disease control, area expansion of cashew, pilot intervention for most vulnerable drought-prone districts. Now let's discuss about drought management. As per the allocation of business rules, the Department of Agriculture is mandated to coordinate relief measures necessitated by drought, hailstorm, pest attack and the cold wave. So I hope you got an overview of the major initiatives in agriculture sector. I hope the content will be helpful for your preparation. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for your precious time.